most important ingredient of your sourdough bread is of course going to be the starter, which lasts for years and years in your kitchen. It doesn't need a lot of attention and it doesn't need to involve a lot of waste of flour, as so many of the baking books would tell you it does. I am using two in this to show you the different approaches. One has a pickling lid to guard against explosions. In my kitchen, I've had many starters explode, and the other has a normal lid which will trap all the gases inside and make possibly a faster process. So the only ingredients in my starter are flour and water. Believe it or not, that is all you need. What I'll show you now is how to refresh the starter, and I will explain also how to make it from scratch when you don't have one yet. Originally, this was organic flour. It is really important that it should be organic flour, water, and an organic fruit of some sort, a very tiny quantity of it. A grated organic apple. In the other one, I used grated grapes, which were organic from our own greenhouse. So I know that we never sprayed them. This is one place in your kitchen where it's important to use organic. There may be no pesticide ever in it because it will inhibit the bacteria growing. The way to make your starter from the beginning is to use an equal quantity of flour, say 100 grams, with water, 100 milliliters, and a small grating of an organic fruit. You mix it together, let it rest for 48 hours, maybe a little longer. You will see that bubbles start to come up in the closed jar, and when that happens, or even if it's not very bubbly, throw half of that away. At this initial stage, you do have to do some throwing away. You've thrown half of it away. Don't start adding any more fruit again ever after that. Top it up again with an equal amount of flour and water. Mix it up, let it rest with the lid on for another 48 hours. Do the same thing for about a week, but increasing the intervals to about a day rather than 48 hours. And after a week, you will have a starter that is alive. You will see that it bubbles every time you've thrown away and added flour. From that stage onwards, you will not need to throw any away anymore. You'll be using it in your breads, as I'm showing you in this video. And every time you use it, you need to refresh it, feed it, replenish it. This has just come out of the fridge. It's ready to be refreshed. I've zeroed the scale. It's going to go 75 grams with whole rye flour, organic, and the same amount of water. We'll take this up to about 100, just over 100. There we go. Oh, I've exceeded that, but that's okay. It does not have to be exact. But what you put in is going to come out as the starter for your next bread. Mix that up. I'm speeding up this part of the video, but you get the idea. Put the lid on. And that is going to rest for a couple of days until I next need it for the next batch of bread. I'm thrilled that you watched this video of my sourdough kitchen. I hope you have as much fun doing sourdough baking as I do, and that you will watch the rest of my videos. This is just one of a series. Please don't hesitate to send me any questions you may have about your own sourdough experiments and baking, and maybe problems you may have. I hope your friends and relatives enjoy the baking that you do. And please, if you did enjoy my video, give me a thumbs up, or even better, subscribe.